Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the Game Master screen for the Alien RPG. This is based on the intellectual property of the movie Alien. It also seems to cover Aliens. I'm not so sure if it covers the later films, but this rather first uninspiring is just panel 1. There are 3 art panels, obviously designed to face the players. So panel 2, you can see the Alien logo there and the iconic Alien, and then the rear end of said Alien. And then we get on to the more interesting stuff. This is the stuff that would face the referee. I can see Panic Roll was the first table, and looking at that I was kind of excited. I'm a Call of Cthulhu player, and I love all the little ways you can twist as the player character's sanity drops, and Panic is a little bit like that. You know, it's enforced behaviours that can apply over time, that sort of thing, and it just makes role-playing more fun. So there's some really interesting ones here. Just character starts to tremble. I don't know that it needs something like a -2 modification, because this seems to be a 2d6 kind of system. I haven't read the main RPG. A -2 is a heck of a modifier if you're rolling 2 dice, 2d6. That's not a tremble, that's a very serious shake. But 9, it gives you a drop item. So you just drop something. Mind you, your stress level, whatever that happens to be, increases as well. So, okay, there's more effects. Freeze, frozen in place, seek cover, you run away, you go and hide. I love that. That's really good. That means they're going to be sort of taken out of the scene or in the scene, but they could put themselves in danger by trying to hide. It's a great thing. Screaming. I'm not so sure about that one. You lose your next slow action, whatever that is, and it increases your stress level. Oh no, your stress level is decreased, but everyone else has to make a panic roll. Okay, so that is quite good. I thought a scream, that's boring, but no, it's going to have a ripple-on effect amongst the other PCs. So again, that's really kind of interesting. Now, assuming it's a 2d6 system, that's going to stop at 12, so there must be additional modifiers that would drive it up to 15 plus. Flee, yeah, you run away. Berserk, you immediately attack nearest person or creature. So despair can make people do funny things. They attack the bear that attacks them, you know, it happens. Catatonic, you collapse to the floor and can't talk or move. That's more boring. That's taking some agency away from the player. Okay, I collapse to the floor. You might as well be dead as play that. Okay, so overall this is kind of interesting. Then we got ranged fire modifications, aimed +2, yeah. Engaged range, I don't know what that, oh here it is, engaged, right next to you. So +3 or -3, that's interesting. So if you're at hand-to-hand range, you could have a bonus or a modifier. So perhaps a bonus for a pistol and a negative modifier for a long arm. Interesting. Long range, dim light, and darkness. So darkness suggests it's pitch black, because dim light would be dim light. -2 for shooting in darkness. That seems a little small to me. If you're in pitch dark, you've got next to no chance of hitting your target, even if you've got a good pair of ears. And especially, that should be like a multiplier to range. If they're at medium range, you know, next to no chance of hitting. Okay, types of cover. Cover gives you an armor rating. It's interesting. So, shrubbery 2. you get armor rating from a shrubbery. I'm pretty sure shrubs don't stop bullets. Maybe this is a combined system where armor rating prevents you being hit rather than absorbing the bullet. That might actually make more sense if you're shielding behind a door. Yeah, bulkheads, armoured bulkhead. Furniture gives you a slightly better defence than shrubbery. I don't know. You could easily hide as well behind a shrubbery as a piece of furniture, but furniture isn't going to stop a bullet. So, some interesting choices here. Let's go on to the next page for the ref. Measuring time. So we got rounds, 5 to 10 seconds. Turns, 5 to 10 minutes. A shift. Okay, that gives it an industrial feel. In the original Alien, they were transporters, weren't they? They were moving cargo around. So, yeah, shift. That's an interesting turn of phrase to use it here. Sneak attacks and ambushes. Stealth. Okay, so creeping around, trying not to be spotted by aliens, yeah. Oh, now this is interesting. So, variable difficulty modifiers. So in the old classic Traveller, it was you just had to roll 8+ and you could add your skill to it to try and get up to 8+. But here they're using modifiers. +3 for trivial. That could be a die modifier to increase its value. Okay, so maybe there is a set score you have to reach in this system as well. Okay, actions. Slow and fast actions. So running, getting up, drawing weapons, pick up an item. Yeah, reasonably fast. Burst of full auto. Is that slow? Crawling is slow. Stopping panic. Okay, taking time to have a breath. Persuade somebody. Okay, alright. So I find it interesting that they've got fast and slow actions. I wonder how they apply them. Within a round? Could be 10 seconds of work, I suppose. Prerequisites. Prone. Interesting. Why would you have these prerequisites? That's going to slow the game up, isn't it? That's an interesting turn of phrase as well. For first aid, you've got to have a broken or dying victim. Broken? I suppose that covers androids, doesn't it? Broken bones and stuff. But again, a very odd turn of phrase. Okay, and it tells you what skill you can use with some of these. I don't know why you'd want to identify slow and fast actions. Unless it's some sort of initiative system. Okay. And last one, critical injuries. Oh, and they're using the D66. So it looks, yet again, that it is all 2D6 based. So you get critical injuries. Are they fatal? Punctured lung is fatal. So what's the time limit then? 1 day. Does that mean you live for a day? But it's got healing time, so it's fatal, but it has a healing time. So presumably, if you can get medical assistance, there is a chance of surviving. Okay. Oh, wow. You get a critical hit, you don't want to roll 66. Actually, you don't want to roll 64 either, or 63. 63 up is instant death. Your story ends here, you die immediately, your heart beats for the last time. Wow. Okay, so I was intrigued when I glanced over this earlier about the dice. So I've loaded up the main RPG here, and you can see the dice description. They talk about a 6-side. They use base dice and stress dice, and I hate it when they do this. The 6 has been replaced by this symbol, whatever that happens to be. And on the stress die, the 1 is replaced with whatever this symbol is. Oh, it looks like a face hugger. I'm not a fan of specialist dice. You know, have different coloured dice for different purposes, but having actual special symbols, especially when you're just replacing the 6 and the 1, hardly seems worth the effort. Okay, what else we got here? Cards. Custom deck available for purchase separately. Used for drawing initiative and keeping track of key gear and weapons. Okay, so weapons cards. And they've probably all got initiative numbers on them or something. Okay, that's fine. More on rolling dice. D6, D3, 2D6, D66. Oh, okay, so it's standard dice based. And I like that. I'm a huge Traveller and Cepheus Engine fan, so that's really good. Okay, so interesting, the referee screen, or as they call it, the game mother's screen. 3 panels. Large square. It's odd that these are in the PDF, because how would you print these out? You can't print them to standard A4 or letter size because they're practically square. That's really interesting. Is this the symbol off the die, this cross that replaces the 6? Looks like it could be. I wonder what the significance of that is. Oh well, we'll find out when I eventually get round to reading the main RPG book itself. There you go, that's the Game Mother's screen. This comes with the main package when you buy it from Drive-Thru, and there'll be a link in the description to get it from Drive-Thru if you want.